What a way to kick off the Blitzball Battle 4 playoffs with one of the best games we've seen in this warehouse. Lovius comes out on top 10-6 against We Got Ice. The 0-2 team is moving on in the playoffs. They reversed the curse of their postseason woes, and this was an offensive onslaught. Lovius puts up 5 runs. Ice answers back with 5 runs of their own. Another 5 for Lovius after that. And in the end, 10 runs was too much to overcome. Let's throw it over to Chris Rose and Peter Moylan for more info on this matchup.
And we welcome you to the Postgame Show. It is presented to you by DraftKings, and what a way to start the postseason, right? Lovius with the monumental extra inning upset of heavily favored We Got Ice. 10-6 was your final.
Yep.
Maybe the biggest key in this thing was that Dalton Feely did not need to throw a pitch, and they took it to Jack Doyle in extra innings. Unbelievable stuff.
The difference between Jack Doyle today and Jack Doyle yesterday was huge. He wasn't able to find it in that second inning, and they took full advantage. Dalton Feely was honestly the energy guy today. Nicky found something late in that game. The energy picked up. The glasses were back. Shout out to you, Nicky. Well done. But an outstanding performance by Lovies, and they're back, I think.
No question about it. They didn't win a game during the regular season. They were a different team during the 2 games that we saw them lose than they were here today. And both of the players are standing by with Kelsey Wingert.
Hey, you guys said it 0-2 in the regular season, but what matters most in the inaugural game that's going to count for points towards the Warehouse Cup, you guys are the first on the board with 5. How much does that mean to you to get on the board early and be the first ones to do it?
Well, first of all, credit to We Got Ice. I mean, that was a fucking battle. That was such a great game. Both of us fought. It was a boxing match. Shout out to them. They played their hearts out. We just came out on top. It feels awesome to be the first people to get 5 points onto the Warehouse Cup. I'm just going to try and keep it rolling.
And Dalton, for you, not having to throw a single pitch, you contributed in multiple other ways as well, though. But how great was it to see your best friend and Nicky dominate on the mound versus a team who can hit?
Man, that was resilient. That second inning was tough. They slugged their way, and then this shut down, and I'm like, Nick, you got this. And he's like, oh, I fucking got this. And he shoved it. We finished the game huge, and now we got to keep it rolling, right, Nick?
And I don't think anybody wanted to face team We Got Ice in the playoffs because we saw what Jack Doyle was able to do in game 2 of his regular season game. It was the most dominant we've seen him in the warehouse. What can this do for you guys going forward, knowing not only you won the first game of the playoffs, but you did it against a team who nobody wanted to take on?
I mean, this was a huge morale boost for us, first and foremost. 0-2 is a tough feeling. We were a little bit deflated after that last game, but today was hopefully a statement win. We use that going into that next game, and versus a team that's so good in We Got Ice, that's huge.
5 points on 3.
1,
2, 3. 5 points!
I think my body gave up on me a little bit, and they saw me. Some like that extra inning. Great that we got there, but like that's a lot of. They hadn't really had 3 hits before this game, and I think in the second inning they locked in, kind of like took some BP, and then they were just putting the bat on the ball, so I couldn't really get them out. And then Nicky locked in on the mound as he went on, so kind of flipped the script. So we needed to punch early, and we kind of punched in the middle, and they got the last hit.
I don't know what was different, but I tell you what, I was 20-10 today instead of 10 for 20, whatever the eye exam thing is.
The plan was to not let them see his speed for like too many batters in a row, because then kind of what happens in the second inning happens. So I like that plan of like try to like throw a sneaky little punch, and then I can shut the door, and then that we just kind of ran out of chances to do that.
I think I work best when I come in and they think they have to hit off of me because Jack's coming back in, because then they're going to chase more and be a little bit more aggressive because, you know, again, I'm not that good. So
that's kind of where that is where it's nice to face Dalton when we didn't make, like, we didn't need to because we got it to extras, but ideally if we can win that game like 6-5 and Dalton is in, and we kind of get base runners.
Yeah, we needed to put up a run in the first inning, which I think I kind of dropped the ball this game a lot. Like, I think I struck out twice in the first inning, and I think he kind of just owns me, man. He just owns me.
I got to be honest with you. I don't think about none of that shit. I just like to play, and I just like to compete. I think Dalton's Dalton's a little bit more of a stat guy.
So what's funny is usually I would think about it, but I said, Nick, we rode in together on the first day, and I said, Nick, I'm going to be honest, I ain't thinking about any of that shit this time. For the first time, I'm not going to think about it. And I think hopefully that proved that maybe that.
If there's competition involved, I'm in. You know, first place, last place, let's just play. So no.
I don't really think it was that much of a disadvantage. because he got his first free outs, which was the plan anyways, and then we made him pitch the whole second inning. It's not like he wanted to. We just scored 5, so and they didn't get us out in the second inning, so we just put 5 on him. I needed to get another out in the second inning because we were going to score 5, and that was the game. Expecting Jack to go back there again and throw another 40 pitches is a little crazy. So we needed a catch or a strikeout.
Our plan worked for 2 innings. That's probably the first extra inning game we've seen in maybe Warehouse history.
Yep. We kept fighting.
3 outs is tough. So they just kind of kept getting hotter and hotter. But we kind of played our game.
Yeah, no, I think I'm not that good a pitcher, and we need to make a crazy play in the field to get that second out.
Yeah.
And, we just didn't come up with it today. Like, if we get that second out, we hold on to 4, we win the game.
Yeah. Crazy. I don't know what happened between innings. I had 4 Ks and a ground out in the first 2 innings against them. And then...
You want to know what happened? I think BP. That was me.
Yeah, they locked in. They locked in.
No, honestly, yesterday I was seeing the ball so well, but I missed it by this much. And I kept saying, like, what the fuck am I missing this pitch? Then I put the glasses on and, good things happened today. But shout out to We Got Ice first and foremost.
Holy
Those guys,
shit.
that was a battle. Like, no matter what happened, that was fun.
Yeah.
They were in it.
We were moving
in
around,
it.
jumping.
It was a great game. But what I tell you yesterday, it ain't about how hard you could hit. It's about how hard you could get hit and keep moving forward.
Let's take a look at Jack's pre-game work. I actually don't know what that helped.
Looks like it helps nothing.
Good luck, Nick.
Good luck, dude.
Now tell me the truth.
What?
Are you the culprit? Did you clog the toilet upstairs?
100%. 100%. Yeah, it was the burger last night. Dude, I'm fucking warming up. It's my fucking game. It's going at 9:30. Yes, I am.
Do 2 pitches, that's all.
All right. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm doing Sweet Caroline as my walk-up song, and I want everybody to go bum bum bum. I'm gonna sing Sweet Caroline as my walk-up song. So when you hear me go Sweet Caroline, I just want to hear bum 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 from you guys. Joez, I might go Donkey Kong. That'd be sick. You got the glasses are back. Okay. Glasses gang. I went with the hearts today. Good luck, hearts. Good luck, hearts.
No way I let myself get beat on that quick pitch.
We got just 4.
Just 4. Yeah, hold him here.
Yeah, or 0, preferably. How you doing?
A little upset with myself, but I'm good.
You're good. This is a whole different side of the ball.
Whole different. Let it go.
Let's battle. So let's dance. So you and me, let's dance.
Tomato soup and grilled cheese. Tomato soup and grilled cheese.
Yeah. Good effort. Good effort. Good effort.
Yeah.
Good effort. I'll get him here.
I'll get him wedgie now after that, though. I'm gonna be honest.
Dalton's over here fucking diving, and I'm giving it to him.
I've gotten away with that twice. Huh? I've thrown that down the middle twice and gotten away with it. It's a horrible pitch.
We're living right now.
It's literally middle.
All right.
And we're back, and we're right here. And we're back, and we're back, and we're back.
And we're back. Let's go.
And we're here.
Okay. Here we go. Stay within yourself. Throw strikes.
Yes.
Just get out of this.
So strikes and I'll make a play.
Yeah, we got it.
We got it. Good pitch. You gave me a shot. I got you.
Close my eyes. They gave me a fucking strike.
I'm swinging here.
Where we swing?
I'm closing my eyes.
Yeah, he'll swing.
All right.
My bet if I hit a bomb.
What? Yeah, that's fine.
Well, some really interesting things were said in those post-game pressers between these two teams that are very clearly friends in real life, but you got to be happy for Lovius, man. I mean, Nicky Cass redeeming himself at the plate and balling out on the mound. He threw 81 pitches in this game. Didn't even look like he broke a sweat. But as for We Got Ice, fan favorites of many, they're out of this tournament in the first round of the playoffs, continuing an odd curse of Blitzball Battle runner-ups. Every time you finish second in a Blitzball Battle, you end up losing your first playoff game in the next tournament you play in, and that theory proved true today. So, before we close the books on this fantastic game, I gotta quickly thank our sponsors, which are the DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings Sportsbook is here to help you get closer to the action. Whether you're a diehard basketball fan, hockey fanatic, or looking ahead to the golf season, DraftKings has got you covered. Get some skin in the game and download the DraftKings app right now and use our promo code WAREHOUSE. And if sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. So download the DraftKings app app now and use promo code WAREHOUSE when you do. That's promo code WAREHOUSE only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. You know, this seat's actually pretty comfortable, so I think I'm actually going to stay here and take care of pre- and post-game shows for the rest of the playoffs. It's the second game of the Blitzball Battle 4 playoffs, and it's a rematch from Blitzball Battle 3. It's hook, line, sinkers versus Forgotten Rotten. We've seen two absolute barn burner games from these two in what is a budding rivalry in the green and the yellow. A big storyline in this game. Can Trevor Plouffe carry his brother through the playoffs, or will hook, line, sinkers continue towards a Warehouse Cup point advantage? Let's hear from the players and see what they have to say before today's heated matchup.
You guys obviously have had experience with Trevor Plouffe in the past, but what is your scouting report on the team you're facing today with the new look?
Get after him. Take it to him. Those old guys, they want to go home. They want to go back to California. They got 1 foot out the door. Last night I heard they were talking trash. They want to get into the mind and have him right here. They want to try to rattle him. It's not going to work. We're going to bully the bully. You'll see what happens first pitch.
Trev, so far in this tournament, you have the second highest batting average in the league. There's been so much talks coming into this tournament. Trevor Plouffe is washed. Trevor Plouffe doesn't have it anymore. You've taken a different stance this tournament. The confidence is back. Are the numbers showing that right now?
You just said they were. I don't know what to tell you, Kels. Who's saying that? Chris Rose and the idiot Peter Moylan? Is that who was saying that? I got to show them, I guess. And they're right. Last BB3, not very good. First game, BB4, not very good, but I'm seeing the ball. I feel good. Drew and Dan, they're like my little bros.
One of my heroes once said, strike fast, strike hard, no mercy. So I think that's kind of like what we're trying to do.
I guess the biggest challenge with hook, line, sinkers is because it's really the only team in this tournament. Both guys are extremely comfortable pitching. There's not necessarily an ace on that staff. What is that? Are you confused about something?
I don't. Drew is kind of. Is he a pitcher?
They're both very comfortable pitching.
Oh, okay. I think Dan's their guy. I do.
And Drew, I know it was a frustrating game for you yesterday. I was really glad when you got the 2-run double there to get some runs on the board. But what did you do last night with your father to clear your mind? I know we played some pool. There was some shuffleboard. What did you do to get all those vibes out of your head, get ready for today?
Yeah, 2 conversations with 2 dads. Talked to Uncle Dan, Father Dan. He kind of helped clear my head. We went out, had a good time, played some tabletop shuffleboard, one of my favorite things of all time. I texted my dad, my actual dad.
I'm so sorry.
Asked him how to get my confidence back up. He didn't text me back, so that was tough.
You fired up for the Warehouse Cup? Get some points here today, maybe, Trev?
This guarantees us 5 with the victory, but we don't care about that. We want the banner. You know I play for banners, Kels.
Well, some pretty explosive interviews from those two teams. Trevor, of course, trying to use the mind games. I like Dan Canobio's quote, bully the bully, punch back. After all, hook, line, sinkers took out Forgotten Rotten in Blitzball Battle 3, but I think we should dive into the numbers a little bit of this matchup. So why don't we toss it to me in the olive pit? Thanks for throwing it over me. We got the olive pit for Game 10. It's the hook, line, sinkers versus Forgotten Rotten, a matchup we saw twice in Blitzball Battle 3, and both of those games were absolutely electric. As for Trevor Plouffe on the mound, he had Dan Canobio's number, and that's going to be a storyline in this game. These two faced off 6 times, and Dan Canobio struck out 5 times in those 6 at-bats. But conversely, when Canobio was on the mound and Plouffe was at the plate, Canobio struck him out twice. So some similar dominance there, but when Drew Davis steps up to the plate against Trevor Plouffe, it's a whole different story. Drew is 3 for 8 against Plouffe in his career, and all 3 of those hits are home runs. Those are his 3 career home runs. All of them are off the former MVP and champion Trevor Plouffe. But a big storyline in this game is going to be Trevor Plouffe's brother, Marshall, who has some good hitting numbers so far, but against pitchers who are not Joez McFly, he's just 2 for 7 with 5 strikeouts. So he does have a lot to prove in this game, facing off against 2 of the best pitchers in this tournament. And for Trev, he's going to have to do a lot of carrying for the hitting load. He's somehow picked it up and has been better than before, and he's now second all-time amongst qualified warehouse hitters with slugging percentage of .903. So can the Plouffe brothers mash their way to another improbable victory, or will the hook, line, sinkers continue towards the quest for another banner? Let's see what else the pregame show can tell us about this exciting matchup.
Oh man, 5-check top first. Oh man, Dan's coming in, Joez is ready. We got the vibes. Hey, 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 hey. The vibes are immaculate.
All right, thank you very much. We continue on with the quarterfinal matchup. Hook, line, sinkers, and forgotten rotten, and a little revenge for Trevor Plouffe because these are the dudes that ended his reign as a champion in the Blitzball 3 postseason. Now the question is, can Trevor get his brother Marshall going? Because that's going to be a big key to victory today.
We had an early bus time this morning. There was an early text from Trevor saying, we won't be on it. We're in an Uber. We're heading to the warehouse. We're going to figure some shit out. We're going to find out if they indeed figured some shit out.
With hook, line, sinkers, I think they were probably one of the surprise teams, maybe a dark horse, heading into the regular season because he said, all right, Drew can pitch. We know that old man Dan can pitch. Believe it or not, Dan was actually better than Drew in the regular season. They can't necessarily have that dynamic continue on in the postseason, in my opinion, if they're going to have success today.
Beautiful point. If they are going to win this thing, they're going to need to see Drew Davis be the nasty guy that he was in Game 1. I don't want to see anything. He's too many balls from him. He's way better than that. He had a little shoulder trouble. He's been diving all over the place. Let's see how he is today.
It is prediction time. Let's head down to the cement and say hello to Kelsey Wingert.
You know, Hook, Line, Sinkers is one of my favorite teams in this tournament. But again, I am going to take Forgotten Rotten, even though Marshall is still a bit of a wild card to all of us. I've been hearing through the grapevine that Trev has some antics up under his sleeve if Dan allows his son, Drew, to pitch to Trev. So it could be interesting. Trev will try to get in Drew's head. We saw yesterday Drew can get frustrated. His father will then have to step in and calm him down. But Trev is fired up right now. He wants his confidence back. He wants his respect. And he feels like there's a door for him to really get into the head of Drew Davis down here. So I will be taking Forgotten Rotten in this game, guys.
Just real quick, speaking of under the sleeve, we just saw Marshall Plouffe getting a little bit of treatment under that right shoulder. Is he feeling it after yesterday's performance? There was a lot of pitches thrown here in this warehouse.
Let's remember, at 41, he is the oldest competitor we have in this entire tournament.
You and I both know age.
By the way, Kelsey was talking about the head games that Trevor might have for Drew Davis. It could be the other way around when Drew is in the batter's box because he has 3 career hits against Trevor Plouffe. All of them have left the yard.
Ooh,
just want to say.
That's something.
All right, Peter, prediction.
I have to stick with my guns and go with my guy, Trevor Marshall. He's growing on me. He's growing on me. His effort is there. He's working his ass off.
You know what? I'm going to go with hook, line, sinkers. Don't tell Plouffe.
I won't.
He's going to be mad at me. He might not show up for the next baseball today. Who the heck knows? Make sure you tune in for the live stream. We'll all be there. For Kelsey and Peter and our John Boy Media production crew, I am Chris. We will see you. Thanks for tuning in to the pregame show presented to you by DraftKings.